Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is a very exciting video because I'm trying my first Mothership palette from Pat McGrath. I did end up buying the Moonlit Seduction palette and I have been anxiously waiting by my front door for UPS to drop it off so I could do this video, and I'm so excited about it. So I hope you enjoy. If you are new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. We'll go ahead and get started with the video. All right, you guys, before we get into swatches and this eye look, I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of context. I have never tried Pat McGrath eyeshadows before until today, so I don't have anything to really compare it to. I don't own any of the other Mothership palettes. I've always had my eye on Pat McGrath shadows. The reason I've never tried them is I just haven't seen one that just jumped out and grabbed me until this one. This one, from the first Instagram promo video that I saw, I was hooked on this. I had it in my phone so I could order it the minute that it launched, and I'm so excited about it. I have never experienced Pat McGrath shadows before, like I said, so the packaging is everything. I always hear everyone talk about how beautiful the packaging is, and it really is. It is stunning. I mean, come on. So even the box it comes in is so beautiful. I love it. This is one of those things, I honestly did not want to use it because it's so pretty, but come on. So this is, I'm sure you've seen it by now, what it looks like. So you get 3 matte shades and then you get lots of fun, sparkly shimmers in here. I will say I don't think I own, or I know I don't own a eyeshadow palette that feels this heavy and weighty, which I appreciate. I actually love the black packaging. It's different from anything else in my collection, and this just feels very bougie. It feels very bougie, very luxe, very expensive. I mean, it should. It's a pricey eyeshadow palette, let's be honest. The overall aesthetic of it definitely did not disappoint. I was so happy to get this in the mail and open it up. But like I said, I've never tried Pat McGrath shadows before, so this is my very first time. I just knew I had to have this one when I saw it, and I'm so happy with it. So I hope you enjoy seeing this eye look. I am going to do some swatches for you, and I'll go ahead and play that now. All right, I'm going to do some swatches for you. So let's get started. The first is Skintense Glow, and it's described as a soft beigey shimmer. Next we have Rosewood Romantique, a rose sienna matte. Next is Platinum Dusk. That one is described as a sparkling metallic anthracite. Next is VR Sextasy. It's described as a vermilion with a blue shift. Then we have Astral Gold Lust, sparkling golden champagne. Next is Xtreme Nocturne, which is a brown taupe matte. Next is Bronze Devotion, which is a gleaming golden bronze. Then we have Plum Cabaret. It's just a neutral plum matte. Next is Blitz Venus, a sparkling rose quartz, and Astral Lilac Aura, which is a sparkling platinum lilac. Alright, you guys, let's get into it. I cannot be more excited to film this video. I am just so excited to try Pat McGrath eyeshadows, and let's just get into it. So I'm obviously going to do my eyes first today, just in case. Whenever I try a new palette, I kind of like to do my eyes first when I do a video on it. But before we do anything, I am going to prime my eyes with my NARS eyeshadow base in the shade Light. This is my all-time favorite eyeshadow base, so I want to make sure I'm using something I know that I really like. Alright, so I primed my eyes. I did set them with a little bit of translucent powder, and we're going to get started. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little intimidated by this palette, mainly because I have never used Pat McGrath shadows, like I said. And I also don't have an obvious transition shade in this palette, so I'm already kind of starting off in a different way than I normally would. First, I'm going to take the shade Rosewood Romantique, which is right here. Kind of a rose, I think they call it a rose sienna color. And I'm using a BK Beauty 202 brush. And I'm starting this on my outer corner, kind of with my eye open. And gonna kind of feather it over as a crease shade. That shade is beautiful. I'm gonna add a little bit more. You know me, I like a subtle eye look. I don't love something super, super intense. So I'm always gonna like kind of build up shades instead of going right in with a lot of product. That's just how I like to do it. So this shade blended out beautifully. I will say it was a little bit more difficult than I would think it would be, but as you can see, it blends out fine. I like to use more of a tapered brush like this, so you can kind of place the product where you want and blend also. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this eye. Okay, I'm taking a fluffier brush now that doesn't have any product on it and just kind of going around the edges a bit. All right, I will say that shade was kind of difficult for me to blend out. I don't know, it's my first shade I've used in the palette, but that shade was a bit difficult. I could definitely do it, but it didn't blend super, super easily, just FYI. So I'm gonna take Plum Cabaret right here. Also a matte, it's more purple, not so rosy. And I'm using that same BK Beauty brush. And I'm gonna pack this right on this outer corner. And I'm really not pulling it into the crease much. I'm just kind of doing small little circles here. Okay, that shade's beautiful. I love a good purple. That one went on really well. So do the same thing over here. And I'm keeping my eye open because I have more of a hooded eye, so I can see what I'm doing a lot more. Okay, yeah, the purple is going on beautifully. Yeah, love that. All right, I think the hardest part here is going to be choosing the next shades in here because, I mean, they're all so beautiful. I'm not really sure which way I want to go here. I know a lot of people are really interested in this VR Sextasy color. It kind of looks blue, but it also kind of looks purple. But I also really love this Platinum Dusk. Yeah, Platinum Dusk. But I also love a good gold, a good champagne. So I'm struggling here. Okay, I gotta use this Platinum Dusk color. I don't know why, but this color is just like screaming my name. I'm gonna use my finger. I typically do with these types of shades. So, or maybe I'll use a brush on the other eye so you can see. But, oh yeah. I'm gonna start this in the center of the lid and just kind of tap it. And then kind of tap whatever is left over here towards that outer corner. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful color. Almost looks kind of green. It looks gray too, or platinum like they say, but also kind of has like a green shift to it, which I absolutely love. I love a green eyeshadow. Okay, now let's try it on the other eye with a brush. I've never tried her shadows before, so I don't know if I need to spray this. I really don't know, but this is a Morphe A29. I'm gonna do the same thing, just kind of tap it on. Okay, it picked up pretty well with the brush, but not, it's not nearly as intense as it is on this side with my finger. So let me grab some MAC Fix Plus, and I'm gonna spray a brush, and we'll see if we get more. Yeah. So spraying is going to give you more payoff with a brush. But wow, that is a beautiful eyeshadow. Honestly, that shade on its own, it would be so pretty all over the lid. Okay, the other shade that's just like screaming my name is this one. What is this called? Blitz Venus. Kind of like a rose gold, lighter rose gold. That one, I just need to put that one in the inner corner. It's screaming at me. So I'm gonna do the same. Oh yeah. I mean, that is my kind of shade right there. Okay. I'm gonna tap this. Got a little fallout below, but that's okay because I don't have anything on my eyes. Ooh, yeah. Okay, we'll do the brush on the other side. I mean, you can definitely do it with a brush. I definitely like how it looks much more with your finger. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of that color on my finger, and yeah, I mean, your finger is the way to go with this. And yeah, we do have a little bit of fallout, but that's fine. We will fix that in the end. Okay, so we got a lot of glitter going on. So I'm going to take a fluffy shadow brush that we were using earlier and just like lightly kind of fluff around everything. Okay, now I'm going to take this matte kind of brown taupey color, Xtreme Nocturne, and I'm going to add this on this very, very outer corner. And I'm using a little bit of a fluffier brush just to try to, oh, that's beautiful. Just to try to lay down the shadow and kind of lightly blend at one time. Ooh, gosh, that shade is really stunning. That went on really well. Okay, yeah, that shade is beautiful and it went on really well. This is actually a What's Up Beauty R102 brush. It's like a really tiny crease brush, but I really like it for like smaller areas like that. And I'm a blender, so I'm gonna go around the edges just a little tiny bit. Kind of want to add a little bit of this gold, which is, let's see, Astral Gold Lust. I love a good gold shadow. I don't want a ton of it, so I'm just like, I was gonna say I'm just lightly kind of pressing in, but still you get a good bit of the color. I just barely tapped that with my finger. And I'm literally just gonna add like the tiniest bit of that right in the center. Obviously you can't see like the full payoff of that one, but I just kind of wanted to use it like a topper. And I'm gonna do a bit on my lower lash line too, but I obviously need to do the rest of my makeup, so I'm gonna do that and then I will be back. Not quite done with my makeup yet, but I wanted to do the lower lash line real quickly. I don't typically do a ton on my lower lash line. I don't know, I just kind of like more of a clean look for that, but today I want to use a little bit of these shadows. So I am first going to go into the plum shade, the Plum Cabaret, and I'm gonna add a little bit of that to the bottom lash line. And I'm going like really pretty lightly and like making sure to just barely get any product, because like I said, I like more of a subdued lower lash line. I love this color, this plum like wine color. So beautiful. If you have green eyes. And then I'm also going to take just a tiny bit of Xtreme Nocturne, so the darker taupey brown, and I'm going to put that on the very outer corner and just make sure to kind of connect it up to where we had it on the upper lash line or on the lid. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything else. I'm thinking I kind of want to take the lightest color, which is this color here, Skintense Glow. And I'm gonna put a little bit of that right in the inner corner of my eye, just to add some more brightness there. I didn't spray this at all, so if I did, I'd probably get a much more intense payoff, but I just wanted to do a little in the inner corner, and then I am going to put a little bit of that same color up here under my brow. Okay, and then one other thing I thought would be kind of fun is I am going to take that same shade, so the I keep having to look at the names, the Skintense Glow. Yeah, so this shade right here, seen, I think in her Instagram live, maybe they did it, they used this as a highlight. So I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah, it's very pretty as a highlight. And this is just a Charlotte Tilbury brush that I'm using. I think that's about it for the eyes. So I'm gonna quickly add some mascara and a lip, and then I'll come back and we will wrap up the video. All right, you guys, finished my makeup, and this is what everything looks like. I'm having trouble coming out with words, to be honest. This eye look is absolutely stunning. I did not expect anything less than that, but like I said in the beginning, I was kind of intimidated by this just because I've never used Pat McGrath shadows before, but they do not disappoint. They do not disappoint. I am so happy that I bought this palette. I don't own any Mothership palettes, so this is my first one, and this one just spoke to me. The colors in here spoke to me. I will definitely be using this more in future videos so I can use all of the shades, but I absolutely love how this turned out. Honestly, the only trouble, if you'll call it that, I had was with that first rosy color, the matte rose. And I honestly think that might have been from my primer underneath. My primer, the NARS primer that I use, is very old. In fact, it's almost gone. So I'm like scraping the bottom of it, and I have noticed just while using it up that it does sometimes kind of helps, or doesn't help my shadows blend as easily. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with that. But I did have a bit of trouble with that shade Other than that, no trouble at all. They're stunning. The matte purple is beautiful. The matte brown is beautiful. And the shimmers, I mean, I've never seen anything quite like this level of shimmer. I mean, it's sparkly, like PC shimmer. It's not just your average metallic. It has some major dimension to it, some major sparkle, as you can probably see. And I have a mirror over here. That's why I'm looking over here. I just keep looking at it because it is stunning. It is so beautiful. I did have a bit of fallout with those glittery shades, but I would expect that with that much sparkle. Obviously, I did my eyes first, so that was not a huge issue. But my thoughts on this are, this is stunning. This palette is beautiful to look at, but it's even more beautiful on the eyes. It's color. It's not just run-of-the-mill brown, tan, cream neutrals, but it's not intense color in a way that it's intimidating for somebody like me that doesn't wear a ton of colorful eyeshadow. I feel like I still get a bit of that, but with neutral aspect, if that makes sense. So it's neutral color, which I love. It's something different for me, and I'm really happy to finally own a Pat McGrath Mothership palette. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know if you have picked up this palette. If you're interested in picking it up, let me know in the comments. And thank you for being here and for supporting me and my channel. I had so much fun filming this video. I will list all the other makeup as well that I have on my face below if you're curious. And thank you for watching. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.